It's only been a week, and I got some news hot out of the oven, fresh. Can you smell it? It smells good today. In fact, I got some good, tasty bits to share with you, including IngramSpark rolls out even more new features. Barnes & Noble Press offers free book marketing tool. Review Exchange Services roll out new features is two of them. Kindlepreneur cracks the code to Amazon book sales. 30 books in 30 days giveaway coming to an end, and so much more in the self-publishing news for May the 26th of 2025. Of course, right before we do jump into things, I want to give a big shout out to the fine folks over at Book Award Pro. I am a huge fan and a client of them, a customer of Book Award Pro. I've submitted a number of books to quite a few different awards and review opportunities that are available out there. In fact, 44 to date for 13 different publications. You want to find out a little bit more about why I gush so much about Book Award Pro? Head on over to dalelinks.com/Book Award Pro. Tell them I sent you on over towards that direction. All right, our very first piece of news comes from the fine folks over at IngramSpark. Actually, there's a couple of pieces here from these folks here. This past week, they actually sent out a couple of different emails, and one of them, they said, "We are continually working to enhance our platform and make it easier for you to share your story with the world. We've added new features in the orders section of your IngramSpark account that make ordering your books faster and more efficient, including an address book where you can create favorites and import multiple contacts at one time. Draft orders, you can easily create order drafts that you can save and return to later, allowing you to review, edit, and finalize your purchase at your convenience. And duplicate orders, which is easily duplicating your order that you've done before and have that shipped." So those are kind of nice little features there. It's not anything fantastic, but I do want to point out a couple of things that they shared in the other newsletter. One of them I shared about a couple of weeks ago where we talked about Tertulia for authors. Now, if you're not familiar with Tertulia for authors, essentially what it is IngramSpark has a new website creation software where you can just take the ISBN for your book, you provide it for them, and then boom, they whip together a website, brings in all of the reviews and everything else like that. So it is really neat. So it'll do all your books and reviews, your author bio and photo, retailer purchase links, email sign-up form, blog and events calendar, so much more. So that Tertulia for authors is getting such good buzz. Even Jane Friedman from The Bottom Line, formerly of The Hot Sheet, she's a book publishing expert, one of the people that I go to for a lot of my information. She even said, "I'm impressed by the service and have already started recommending it to writers. I expect many authors who have been frustrated with their existing platforms will move over to Tertulia." You can get your Tertulia, save 30% with an annual subscription, just $6.99 per month, including a free domain. That's a .com domain for the first year. And if you prefer month to month, you can save 10% with a monthly plan at $8.99 per month. I am going to tell you from my experience, I have been paying for web hosting and for domain names for a number of years. $8.99 is unheard of. Like, even at the cheaper amount, $6.99, unheard of. I would really love to try them out. So big shout out to the folks over at IngramSpark, Ray, Ann, Paige. You guys are all fantastic. Thank you so much. So when are you going to hook up your boy here? I want to go ahead and check out Tertulia for authors. Now, speaking of, you said, "Dale, well, I thought you said there was more information." Well, they just announced IngramSpark proudly supports the Independent Book Publishers Association, also known as IBPA, the leading trade group for indie publishers of all sizes, traditional, hybrid, and self-published. As an IBPA member, you'll gain access to these IngramSpark discounts. You get 2 revisions per month for free, 10% off on publisher direct orders of 50 copies or more of a single ISBN. 2, here's the part that I love, 2 free 30-minute IngramSpark Connect sessions with an IngramSpark team member each month, and 10% off their title discovery service. Now, to me, I think that that's really cool. And I'm actually an active member of the Alliance of Independent Authors. I also serve as an advisor on their advisory board as a video creator. I love Ally. They've done such great things. But I'm now starting to look. Now I'm leaving Ally, but I'm thinking about going to IBPA just for that perk alone. 2 free 30-minute sessions with a team member over at IngramSpark. Hello. Sign me up. Absolutely. So it sounds like it's a fantastic service. You want to find out more details, of course, there's a link in the show notes as per usual. Moving a little further forward, the fine folks over at Barnes & Noble Press, they shared this before, but I wanted to share this with you again because they have a free book marketing tool for self-published authors. Now, let me go ahead and just give you the TLDR. You're able to go and create some graphics within your dashboard with some of their stuff. Now, if you're not in Barnes & Noble Press, you probably aren't going to be able to access this tool. But if you do have an account through press.barnesandnoble.com, they will give that to you. In fact, they gave a full step-by-step breakdown inside this article. They say you log into your account. From the projects drop-down menu, select Add Designer or Add Banner Design Tool. Select or search for the title you'd like to promote. Choose your preferred background style. Add an effect. Pick a call to action that fits your promotion and download your branded graphics and start sharing right away. The graphics are actually pretty good. It's not bad at all. And considering if you're already using Barnes & Noble Press, they've made it dead simple. I would love to see other platforms follow this suit. So big shout out and kudos to Barnes & Noble Press for rolling out something I think that a lot of these self-publishing platforms need to start to model. Places like KDP, Drafted Digital, IngramSpark. Come on, guys, step up. I think this is a really neat tool because you know ultimately that when the authors have the right tools, the right marketing tools, such as something like this, right at their hand within their dashboard, they're more likely to take advantage of something like that. And of course, by taking advantage of something like this increases their odds of selling a book. This is a win-win situation. So I'm going to challenge the platforms, the big dogs out there, the KDPs, the Drafted Digitals, the IngramSparks, the Straight Libs, everybody, think about trying to add this into there. So big kudos over to Barnes & Noble Press. Hey, big heads up. Apple Books for Authors wants to send they sent a notification about 6 days ago. As of May 20th, sales through Apple Books were adjusted to reflect the tax change listed with Brazil. The tax introduction of 10% for publishers based outside of Brazil. So if you're outside of Brazil, it's going to cost you a 10% more. I know, boo hiss, but I've had this question asked quite a bit. Some people say, okay, but Dale, I don't publish my book direct to Apple through Apple Books for Authors. I use Drafted Digital, or I use IngramSpark, or I use Lulu. Don't matter. This is only going to affect the account holders using Apple Books for Authors. Yes, it will affect all the other ones, but you won't have to worry about any of the changes. You don't need to worry about adjusting anything. They'll take care of that for you. But from within the Apple Books for Authors dashboard, you're going to understand that when you're starting to do that, you're going to see that 10% that's going to get knocked off going through Brazil. All right, moving a little further forward. Oh gosh, it's been a while since I've talked about this platform. It is the digital narration platform known as Spoken.Press. They've actually rolled out quite a few new features. In fact, version 0.8.8 includes Hume AI, automated custom voices, and marketing kits. Let me go ahead and just give you a little bit of the details on this. Hume AI is now integrated, featuring their emotionally intelligent voice generation into their voice library and custom voice tools. So this makes it to where the digital narration sounds a little less stilted and a little bit more listenable. You can also start to do the automated custom voices. Yes, there are a number of custom voices you can take advantage of. You can create within there, and you can also even clone your own voice. Now, I'm going to say from experience, and this is not me punching down on Spoken.Press, I uploaded mine and I was a little underwhelmed. It didn't sound like me. But I'm not going to throw shade on them because I understand that they are right now, Spoken.Press is open beta, meaning that it doesn't cost a dime to go and take advantage of that. I recommend you go over, take a look at them. I don't get paid for any of this, but if you're the author that has been saying, okay, you know what, I can't afford a human narrator. It's just not going to happen anytime soon. This is probably the opportunity for you to take advantage of something because they do a 50% royalty split between you and them when you make a sale through their platform, which is pretty stinking good. And you get a lot of the stuff done for free right now while it's in open beta. Take advantage of it while it's there because as soon as it goes out of that beta, it's going to cost you money in some capacity. So I just want to give you a heads up. Take advantage while you can. But all right, moving a little further forward, I would think jumping way too far forward. We're going to go ahead and start talking about book reviews now. This first one comes from the fine folks over at Book Award Pro. I talked about them, I gushed about them before, but I want to let you know that now you can get legitimate Amazon reviews. So let me give you the very basic overview of things. Originally with Book Award Pro, when you would have a membership set up, whether it's the Essentials or the Pro plan, you would be given targeted review opportunities that were online. They've now removed that specific feature, and now you can get the reviews through Book Award Pro. Now you get 3 reviews for $199. Now, you're probably going, whoa, hang on a second, Dale. Wait. I thought you said that you can't pay for reviews. You're right. You're 100% right. There are exceptions to the rule, though. In instances like an editorial review, if you pay for that, they're not going to be able to post that review on Amazon. You can put it in your editorial review section through Amazon Author Central. Now, in the instance of Book Award Pro, you're paying them to find the reviewers and to leave the review for you. They're not paying those reviewers. You're paying Book Award Pro to manage that for you. So it's all above board. Now, in the instance you're looking at that $200 ticket and you're going, Dale, I can't afford that. I totally understand. And I understand that this is not going to be a feature for everybody. This is going to be for some authors who have that discretionary budget, but have very little time to go and find reviewers. So it's just another option. And by the way, they have larger tier packages. You can go ahead and take a look at it. There's a link, of course, in the show notes as per usual, dalelinks.com/bookawardpro. I already talk about them. All right, let's go ahead and move over to review exchange platforms. Now, I'm referring to review exchange platforms, the likes of Pubby, Book Bounty, Jimsy, Get Authentic Book Reviews. Over the last year, I've shared quite a few of these options. And the reason why is because a lot of these platforms are now starting to function within the Amazon guidelines, meaning that it is okay. The reason why they're okay is in these review exchange platforms, you're paying for a membership to have access to a marketplace of other authors that are looking for reviews. And the nice thing is with these platforms, they remove that direct exchange. In other words, if I pick up your book and I review it, you will no longer be able to see my book within your dashboard because they will suppress those. They want to make sure that there's no direct exchange, therefore creating a bias if Amazon were to see that. So with all of that out of the way, let's go over to one of them. And by the way, here coming in October, I'm going to be sharing a year-long case study and using various different reviews. Stay tuned. It's going to be coming in October on the main channel. It's going to be a deep dive for sure. But one of those that are involved in it is Book Bounty. Now, Book Bounty just recently rolled out some new features. First of all, new features dropping soon. They shared that they're going to be doing geo bounties. So if you've got a specific area that you need to go for, let's say UK, or you need to do Amazon Brazil or Amazon Japan, you will be able to find the reviewers that you need for that through their new geo bounties thing. Now it says it's coming soon, so it doesn't mean it's immediately available, but I can tell you that right now they have started a new bounty progress bar. The simple dashboard shows how many bounties you've completed, being green, what's still in progress, being orange, and how many you can still grab with being clear. It's all about keeping you in control and maximizing your momentum. And they also say, stay safe and review smart. Keep your Amazon privileges intact. We can only do so much to help you. It's up to you to make sure your reviewing practices are still in line with Amazon's guidelines. If you haven't reviewed this article, it would be a good idea to be familiar with that. So there are so many really, really cool things that are coming through Book Bounty. It's one of the places that I will put my stamp of approval on. Book Bounty has given me quite a few reviews, good and bad. There's some of them that I've gotten some 1-star reviews, and that's okay. I want honest reviews. I don't go to Book Bounty or Get Authentic Book Reviews or Jimsy to be glad-handed. I want someone to read and honest to review the book. And if you go to any of these review exchange platforms, you should expect the same. If you get sour from somebody leaving a 1 or 2-star review on your book, get out. Get out of the business. Harden yourself up. Low review is going to happen. I promise you, if you go and look up your favorite author, you're going to see a bevy of low reviews. Get used to it. All right. I love when I see the low reviews, although I'm not encouraging you to go leave low reviews for me. Again, remember, be honest. But I love seeing it because it does shake things up, and it also gives me a very balanced look into how I can improve my book. So, all right. news coming over from Gemsy. Now, Gemsy is very similar to Book Bounty, except it's a little smaller, it's a little newer, but that's okay because they're focused more on low content books and nonfiction books on Amazon. And I've seen some great results from Gemsy so far, but they wanted me to tell you about some of the new features that are coming out. Actually, it's already out right now. Very first one is verified print copy reviews. Authors can now receive verified reviews for their paperbacks and hardcovers, including photo and video options. This significantly boosts trust and visibility with Amazon's algorithm. We're the only platform offering this. Now, big love over to Walter over at Gemsy. Got one small correction. There is now a verified print copy option that's available through Get Authentic Book Reviews as well. But with Gemsy, it is more focused on nonfiction as well as low content books. So if you're a low content book publisher and you're needing to get more reviews, this might be the option for you. They have something that's referred to as rubies. And the rubies are, you get those for leaving a review on a print book. So meaning that you're going to need to purchase that in order to get the verified print review. And when you purchase that, you will get rubies that you can go ahead and then you can redeem them to get your own print verified reviews. All right. The other options that they have available, market split. Choose exactly which markets you want reviews from. A great way to target the right readers and improve relevance, which that was one of the things that Book Bounty just talked about rolling out. And Goodreads reviews, it's coming out next week. They've assured me this. In addition to Amazon, authors will soon be able to collect reviews on Goodreads, building even stronger social proof. And since Goodreads ratings appear on Amazon product pages, it's a win-win. This right here is big. This is good. This is great. I am kind of pumped about it. I got a number of Goodreads reviews through the platform at ebookfairs.com. And I have to tell you that it brought in some pretty good results. So definitely something worth considering is getting more reviews over on Goodreads. I'm going to rapid fire through some of these live broadcasts that are going to be coming up here relatively soon. In fact, Story Origin is going to be hosting a live webinar Tuesday, May 27th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're going to be doing the Wide Authors Playbook, Unlocking Your Book's Potential, and as special guest, Erin Wright. She is the founder of Wide for the Win. It was a big group over on Facebook. I don't know that it is anymore. They now have their own forum and such. But this should be a great one to tune in for. So if you've been thinking about going wide with your publications, this might be a good time. Now remember, wide isn't always just about ebooks. It does involve print books and audiobooks, something to consider. Moving a little further forward, the fine folks over at Kindlepreneur are actually going to be running a webinar sharing just a little bit more details about how you can start to growth hack your way on Amazon. And that's like the exact words. The exact words are, it's essentially going to be their way of showing you how you can get more book sales. There is going to be 5 different webinar times. Rather than reading it, I'm just going to give you a link inside the show notes. You can go ahead and review it, and it's going to be hosted by them. If you're not familiar with Kindlepreneur, they are also the fine folks behind tools like Publisher Rocket, Atticus, as well as, it used to be called Reader Scout, but now it's called Writer Watch. That's what it's called. So this is the same folks. And of course, if you know the name Dave Chesson, Dave's also behind this, but they're actually going to be getting one of the members of their programming team through Publisher Rocket to host this. His name's Hank. Hank's going to be taking care of everything there. So you want to go get yourself set up with this webinar ASAP. And if you're not familiar, I've been running a contest here with the fine folks over at Crave Books. Crave Books is a premium book promotion service. And part of that partnership, all throughout the month of May, we're giving away one of my books every day up to the very end. And on May 30th, we're going to be pulling a grand prize winner where they're going to win 3 of my books, as well as $100 in Crave Book promotional credits, as well as 1 year of the Pro plan with them, which is valued at $390 or $39 per month. You want more details about that, go over, visit my giveaway link at dailylinks.com/30books. And we will be going live on that day for the grand prize drawing on my main channel. That is going to be Friday, May the 30th at 5 p.m. Eastern Daytime. I'm going to be joined by one of the team members over at Crave Books, Brett Steffen. Brett's a long time supporter of the channel as well as a friend. So I'm looking forward to having him come on there, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. And we got some surprises for you guys, so make sure that you show up. Oh, I forgot to tell you, they also added in, like, you get a free daily deals promotion every day all the way up to the end of this month. So along with the ebook that you'll win daily, you'll also get that daily deals promotion. So keep that in mind. Go ahead and enter as many times as you can. There are still some chances. I know that there's been a couple of people who have won twice and some people have won 3 times. This means your odds of winning are pretty good. That means there's a pretty shallow pool of entrants. So go enter right now. I'll see you on Friday. Now, next week, I'm going to be continuing on my podcast interview series, and I'm going to be inviting back my good friend Kristina Stanley of Fictionary. We're going to be talking about fixing your story structure with these 5 key scenes. That'll be on Monday, June the 2nd at 6:15 p.m. Eastern Daytime. As we start to wrap things up, I want to give a shout out to the fine folks over at Book Award Pro. You heard me gush about them already. DaleLinks.com/Book Award Pro. What did you think about some of the items of news? Did I miss anything pertinent? If so, let me know inside the Discord community over at DaleLinks.com/Discord. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Special shout out to my channel members for both the podcast channel and the main channel. Without your support, some projects we do at Self-Publishing with Dale would be much harder to fund. If you want to contribute to the cause, visit DaleLinks.com/memberships for details and get your on-screen shout out at the end of each broadcast.